What happens when you bring 40,000 cybersecurity professionals together for 4 days? Turns out we talk a lot about generative AI for one thing, but RSA Conference 2023 was also a glimpse into what the future of cybersecurity could be. Want to know what you missed? Welcome to our RSA Conference 2023 recap, where we'll cover highlights from the conference, what the conversation was, and to give it a bit more of a fun twist, I'm going to keep a counter for how many times I say generative AI. Let's get into the video. With over 40,000 attendees and 500 exhibitors, RSA Conference was all about staying together. The buzzword of the conference was generative AI, and every attendee and vendor we spoke to at the conference had something to say about how cybersecurity would be impacted by AI, for better or for worse. At this year's RSA conference, compared to last year, there were a lot more SaaS companies with a play in cloud security, but there was a lot of conversation around infrastructure protection, data security, API security, GRC, and the crowd favorite, drumroll please, zero trust. Yes, a lot more new players in the market who are specifically finding ways to be a platform, but overall, there were 500 vendors, but I have a question for you. How many of the 500 plus exhibitors had a cloud play? You can leave your answer in the comment, but for people who can't wait, if you guessed 160, then congratulations, you are a cloud security nerd, because it took me some time to find the information, so good job. But let's get through the good stuff, generative AI. Seriously, if you had to take a shot every time someone said generative AI, you probably would be drunk by noon. But maybe that's what it takes for cybersecurity people to do cybersecurity better. Just get them drunk. While AI is nothing new in cybersecurity, it's been used for things like threat detection response in the past and a lot more things, but this year it definitely felt the good, bad, and ugly of AI was definitely growing in the cybersecurity space. We spoke to many CISOs, leaders about the impact of AI in the cybersecurity space. They had an optimistic view of having a positive impact as a force multiplier for their teams. But as someone wise once said,
with great power comes great responsibility.
Equally, it's a force multiplier for the threat actors as well. And let's not forget the unintended consequence of using generative AI. It can lead to mass information, hallucination. I mean, have you seen those deepfake videos? Was it really Tom Cruise? Come on. By the way, fun fact, Tom Cruise does not have any social media accounts. So in case you were actually fooled by that deepfake video, it is not Tom Cruise. But on a serious note, there were a lot of panels and discussion about using AI responsibly and what does that mean. And if you have been keeping up the news from the US government, they are encouraging more responsible use of AI. So you might even see some policies come through that way as well. We need to align ourselves to guiding principle and algorithmic ethics. It's like the cybersecurity version of do the right thing. Now moving on to RSA Innovation Sandbox, which is the event that a lot of current and future investors keep an eye out for, and also some startup that may be in stealth mode keeping an eye out for what the competition is. Funny enough, this time 4 out of the 10 companies were either AI based or had some AI enhancements in their products. There are also companies focused on identity, code to cloud security, data security, with the winner being hidden layer for their security of machine learning. By the way, talking about AI enhancement, do you know how many exhibitors announced their AI enhancement at the conference? Was it 20, 40, 60? If you guess 60, either you are a genius or you're cheating. Either way, 60 is the answer. There were 60 exhibitors at the RSA conference that announced an AI enhancement at the conference. It's amazing. Finally, we saw a lot of discussion around the complexity of the current cybersecurity landscape and how a lot of the organizations are targeting varied risk using very pointed solutions. There was an ask for having more collaborative solutions being provided by cybersecurity solution providers and also having some kind of a sharing between threat landscapes. So everyone gets better together, stronger together, as RSA Conference would like to say it. If you're like me who enjoys keynotes of conferences because it gives you a glimpse of what the theme of the conference and maybe the theme of the year would be, I would definitely recommend checking out the RSA Security CEO's keynote, where he spoke about how AI challenges the current human identity and it may cause identity crisis. Identity is the most attacked part of the attack surface, and the core purpose of emerging IAM solutions would evolve to become more security. Same way the core purpose of a smartphone is for you to allow access to the internet and maybe access applications and not really to make phone calls. Was I using it for phone calls before? I don't know. I usually just text. Now you might wonder, I did not speak about zero trust at all, even though I kind of mentioned it as a theme. Now, is there a zero trust without AI technically? Because zero trust is around the identity and the behavior of identity, and who else is best suited to transform all that data into something sensible? AI. So I've explained zero trust, I've explained AI, but finally, I would say RSA overall was a great success. I got to meet a lot of people, get to hang out with old friends. We learned a lot, had some laughs, hung out with some old friends. We took selfies, shared vlogs from each day which was shared on our YouTube channel if you kind of saw that, and broke bread with some new cybersecurity friends as well. That were not AI, or were they? And that's what it's all about, stronger together. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, keep your AI responsible and jokes charitable. By the way, did you keep a track of how many times I said generative AI? Leave a comment just with the answer, and the best answer gets a virtual hug from me. But if you enjoy talking about cloud security or cybersecurity and AI security, turns out AI is affecting everything, including us. So we're starting to talk a lot more about AI, and you'll see a video shortly. I think over here or here as a recommended option for you to check out, which is about effects of AI in cybersecurity. I'll see you in the next video. If you enjoyed this, definitely hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Peace.